I would like to welcome everyone to the Unionville Historic District and Properties Commission meeting for July 7th, 2022. Item first is to review and approve the June 6th, 2022 meeting minutes. And
they're short.
Or you can jump, there it is. Everybody see it?
Yep.
All right. Has everybody read it? Let's try that.
No, I haven't. I didn't receive it.
Didn't receive it.
Yeah, Ian seems to be having an issue with my email. I'll see if I can talk to RT. Maybe they have an idea.
Okay, do we have a motion to accept the minutes from
I so move.
And that's Barbara for and we need one more to second the motion, please.
I guess I can second it if you want.
Thank you.
I had a question. Can alternate make a motion?
Yes, because we don't have a full board of full members tonight.
But when we do, I'm supposed to hold back.
Yes.
Right. You're
Nobody
approved today.
corrected me in the past. I was just shouting it out.
I think it's because we haven't had a full board of full members. I don't know. I'll look into it about how many full members, but I know it's more than 3 full members.
Right.
4 full members.
Just want to make sure I was following.
No, you're fine, Steve.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I think you're right, Garrett. I think there's a vacancy in one of the full member spots right now.
Yes.
So, yep. So we always have room for an alternate until that gets filled to vote.
Yeah, we'll probably still need it after Lisa comes back too. So,
Yes.
Anybody have any questions on the minutes? Okay, then if that's nobody has any questions or changes or deletions or omissions, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Accept minutes as read.
I-
Any opposing? Say no. I guess we have it. The results are in. We accepted the minutes. Thank you. Our next item of agenda is the public hearing for a COA on 10 Walnut Street. Everybody remember what 10 Walnut Street is? It's a beautiful little house, yellow house on the
Oh, okay. I know.
between West Avon Road and Highwood. Little street that goes up there, that's Walnut.
Do we have pictures?
That's what we need.
There we go.
I was going to drive up there today and look at it, and I didn't get a chance.
I believe it's a ranch.
Here's Walnut.
Yes, it's a ranch.
Yeah.
So is that in the Highlands? Considered the Highlands?
No.
No.
No. That
No.
road doesn't connect all the way up, I don't think.
No, there's an adjacent road, Sarah Drive.
Right.
So if everyone
It's
can see my
also a
screen,
old road.
There are provisions for the fire department to go up Sarah Road and over into the Highlands, but it's really blocked off.
So,
Yeah.
Later.
Well, it was, Walnut Street was built a lot earlier than the Highlands.
Does anyone know what is the year that this house was built?
1928, I think.
yeah. So
1928, yeah.
I've got in the email with the agenda, the excerpt from one of the walking tour booklets. It's the Ebenezer Hester House.
Right.
Built in 1928, architecturally significant as one of the many bungalows built during the period 1905 to 1930. This one-story house features a hipped roof, center entry door, and wide eave overhang typical of this bungalow variation. Ebenezer Hester of Farmington purchased the land in 1881 for $10 from Nelson Tuttle. Hester built the house in 1928. In 1914, his widow, Nellie Hester, inherited the house in 1938. Hester sold the 2-tenant dwelling house and other buildings therein to Clayton Reynolds of Farmington. The house was bought and sold several times during the 20th century. The historical significance of the Hester house lies in the style, popularity, and affordability for people residing in working class Unionville.
Next, we need the COA read so we can present it.
And once I have it, I'll have it open. Oh, I do not have the legal ad. I'm sorry about that. So the certificate of approval for appropriateness for 10 Walnut Street. They're looking to add a 2-car garage and breezeway connection. The property owner, Darren Hall, is on the call. And do you want to hear from him first, or?
Yes, that's normal procedure. Discuss the procedures of what you're planning to do, Darren, and how it fits in with the house.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me. We chose a 2-car garage with a storage area above it, as in the property has a crawl space beneath it, so no basement, and a very, very limited, it has a odd combined type of a roof style. So we've always been lacking for storage and for, of course, for our cars to be put in anywhere out of the weather. We had a number of different plans that we've held on to just depending upon where the planning and zoning would allow us to put the garage. On the forwardmost spot, we were allowed 7 feet forward of the 20-foot setback to build, so the building could be attached in 2 separate areas. Depending upon a structural engineer a review, as the house is actually made of cinder block walls within an interior and an exterior wall. So once that we are able to open one of those walls to see how structurally sound and see how viable it is, we have the option of attaching in the forwardmost portion of the garage, if you're facing it, to the left-hand side with an entryway into what is now the living room. The second option for the same attachment is attached to, there's a, if you can see in that top left corner, there's a small mudroom that was attached to the property on the left-hand side. That's the one. That we have a deck that spans a good portion of the area between the two, and we are able to attach a enclosed breezeway to a rear portion of the garage to allow access and also to have no weather interfere with that same piece of the property. So basically we've been planning this for quite some time now. We've got approval for the area that we want to have it in, but of course, with an older property, we are allotting for anything that might come up. If I have to move it slightly to the rear, or meaning farther into the yard, it would cut the small area of property, the yard in the back, in half. But if it's necessary, we will do that. And also in reviewing the necessity of matching both windows and siding, Even the color of the front door will be matched directly with the existing 10 Walnut.
Nice.
So let me see if I understand this. The second option would be to connect it all the way around the back of the house to that mudroom.
Yes, ma'am.
Hang on one
That
second.
that price wouldn't be prohibitive. I mean, that would be much.
So, Barbara, so he did submit 2 possible renderings that I didn't pull up. So here's the proposed garage. One
Right.
option is connecting back here.
Right,
Here's Walnut Street. The other is connecting right here.
right, right.
It's upside down for some reason. I don't know
Yeah.
why. But I can't rotate just this one picture. So it'd either be, he's looking to either do there or along the back. There is there are some pictures. So here's the existing deck. Here's from Walnut Street.
The cones are the marking.
Fence. Yeah, if you can see
Oh,
right here, that's where the driveway would be, or the front corners of the garage would be. The house is essentially on the front property line on the street side. So he had to seek a variance to locate it here so it could be attached. Normally it'd have to be 20 feet back from the street. He moved it 7 feet forward, so it's only 13 feet back from the front property line.
Right.
there we go.
These are the 2 options. This is the fence in front and the deck connection in back, or the breezeway connection in the front. Correct there?
Absolutely correct. And I am no artist, so my apologies.
And again, I don't know why these are randomly flipped. So the existing house is vinyl siding and has vinyl double hung windows and metal doors, so that it will match the existing. This one I'll rotate.
We just wanted to keep our options open because in placement and connection, I just wanted to make sure that I had the ability to have a couple different choices depending upon anything in the foreseeable future. Once that we've, of course, poured the concrete and had it built, and it's essentially completely customizable through Cloder Farms. It's got the base, but every single portion of that is able to be put on whatever I so choose.
So if you wanted to
have-
do cinder block to match the house, you would do that.
It's not even viewable from the front portion where you wouldn't be able to, well, on the house, of course, you're able to see it, but on the garage, it would be much lower onto the actual foundation. So I don't, if I had an option that I'd be able to place it onto a very small, well, in the front, you can barely see it at all, mind you, but on the side and the rear, you can see it's about a 2 cinder block width that's below. And of course that runs up the entirety to the roof line.
So you don't see the cinder blocks. It's vinyl. And you,
Yes, you don't. Yes, I'm sorry.
yeah, and so you would just, I mean, you might see the concrete a little from the
Yes.
foundation.
Yes.
And then it would also be vinyl.
Honestly, I preferred having it in wood, but with the requirement of it being vinyl, I'll do vinyl. I just like the look of wood and the natural look much better. But
Yeah.
if it's a requirement to have vinyl siding, I'll have vinyl siding. It would
Normally-
be wood of the same color.
Normally we frowned on vinyl siding.
Right.
A
Well,
vinyl
wait a minute.
I would
siding,
prefer wood if you're able to. I would
Yeah,
prefer
that might be a
to, absolutely.
miscommunication on my part, Bob. documents I received as part of the application, I think it said vinyl siding.
Uh-huh.
And I was trying to convey that vinyl siding is only allowed if the existing house is vinyl.
Right.
If it's not a requirement that it be vinyl to match the existing, it's just if the house is existing, then vinyl, then it could be vinyl,
Right.
correct?
Correct.
So if Mr. Hall wanted to have it be wood clapboard siding, that I assume would have a similar face as the vinyl siding, or would it be like a thicker, like maybe 1 foot face?
Similar,
It's about the 3 or 4 inch.
yes,
gap.
and color matched, where they have someone come down to match it to the color to be painted on the garage.
Mhm.
I would prefer wood. Again, I
Yeah, I think
actually,
that might have just been a miscommunication on my part there.
Oh.
It was just it was just trying to get information if it was existing vinyl and you wanted to do vinyl, you would. If it wasn't vinyl, you couldn't do vinyl.
Yeah,
Is the gist of it. But if it's vinyl and you want to do wood, I think that's allowed. The commission
Oh.
can correct me
thank you.
if I'm wrong.
How many feet are you away from the road?
The front of the garage, which was marked in that previous picture by the 2 small cones, that is 13 feet away from the property line, which is the front of the house.
Mm-hmm.
It is literally grandfathered in because, yeah, as you can see in that picture, it is
Mhm.
quite literally on the front.
Yeah. I don't know how, well, it's old.
About
Yeah,
25 feet from the street at that section. And the street comes closer to the house as it goes
Right.
this direction.
Yes.
So you're saying the building will be, the front of the garage will be where the fence is?
A little
Am I
forward to
right?
that.
It's actually it'll be about 6 feet forward of that fence that's right there. I
6
just
feet.
wanted to make sure I
Yeah.
allotted for space for foundation and for the planning and zoning to allow me. So they did allow 7 feet, but it most likely will be right around the 6 foot range. Depending upon a number of other factors, once that we have the contractors in to pour the concrete.
And you said this is a
Okay.
clutter farm building?
Yes.
So you know it's going to be well built.
It's a beautiful garage. We chose, since we've owned this house now, I believe 9 going on 10 years, and we absolutely love it, except it's lacking one very necessary thing for our family, which is a garage and some type of storage. The one allotment that they did, or they did make, was to not plumb the garage, which we had no intention of plumbing it to running water. It's going to be exactly as it is for a functional garage and for a storage area for the residents.
Let's go around and see, everybody have any questions from the group, please submit them. Ann, who do I start?
I'm fine.
Do you have any questions, Ann?
No, I said I'm fine.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
hearing me?
Oh, sorry.
Steve?
The double hung windows, are they going to be 6/6 like in the picture, or 6/1 like the existing windows in the house presently?
Yes, and speaking with our contractor, they will be paired and matched to the existing windows. So whatever, yes,
6/1.
so it'll be the exact same. This is just the initial rendering that they sent us to have the basic information, but yeah, yes, it will. It'll have matching.
Nice. And the present house has vinyl siding and vinyl windows, and the barn may also because of that.
It could, yes.
Yeah, I like the gambrel style. Personally, I'd like to have more driveway space for more cars to park when I have a party or something. But it'd be
But we're
really,
coming to your house for the party.
it'd be more expensive though to connect it, or it would only allow you that really that deck over the deck rear. Well, at that point,
So-
it might not be rear, it might be front.
So just so the commission's aware, so I'll just give you a little.
It'd be
I'm
nice
sorry,
to
I didn't hear anything.
We,
have, you're cut out. Somebody cut out, somebody's vocal.
Garrett was talking. I have a question. Is this a 1-car or 2-car garage?
Two-car garage with a single door, not two separate, the one single door.
So it'll be tandem.
Yes. Yes.
So then you could only have, covered breezeway to the front of the barn if it was set back almost as far as the present driveway.
Right. That was one of we wanted to make sure we allotted for everything that could come up when we initially get into the ground. And I wanted to make sure that I had options because who knows, especially on an older home and, the things that you may run into. I just wanted to make sure that we went through the process as thorough as we could with the information we have prior to getting into the ground and hopefully pouring concrete by this fall in order to build.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I personally wouldn't want my backyard divided in half. And I would almost want 2 breezeways, but that's just me. I'd want front and back. But it reminds me of my property. I have a barn that was built in 2000 and my home is on the historic district. It's in 1895.
Oh, very nice.
It's a 2-car garage, Gambrel. And
we honestly, in seeing the interior is what sold us for the amount of storage space with that style of roof. It opens up an entire area for us to have or to store as much as we can. And I wish I could show you the attic that exists. It's minuscule storage area.
no closets either.
Yes,
Hardly any
it
closets.
is. It is so small. And with a crawl space, there is quite literally nothing there to store. So we have a home that we've done our best to keep uncluttered, but over the years, you gain more things.
Yeah, understood.
Access to the second floor.
There is there should be within the slides. There's to the rear. There we go. Right to the rear. There's a set of stairs that go from the base, of course, up to the second storage area, to the storage area.
It's going to be all internal.
Absolutely.
Mhm. Gary, you might be able to answer that. Does it need a railing when you do that inside?
I believe so, but it'll just be the building code would state what it needs to be. I think that's probably just the rendering, so you can tell
Okay.
with a stairs. looks like.
Actually, if I could, absolutely, with this more rudimentary rendering, it has actually a very well established railing that goes up to the second floor, and it has a landing that has a railing on it as well.
It wasn't that long ago we did a COA for Lisa's house,
Mhm.
or actually her garage. And the stairs there had to be outside to be able to get to the second floor. So it's a little bit different, of course, but I like the idea of being inside. To
Inside.
be a little more
Yes.
accessible.
We do too.
Yeah.
Barbara, you have any questions?
In my barn garage, I have an interior staircase and I have it completely walled in with a door shutting it off.
Oh,
Because sometimes you don't want fumes from cars, or if you have any combustibles stored in the garage, it's kind of nice to seal it off.
Oh, that's
really
actually
well.
an excellent idea.
It
That's
may
actually a really
help
good idea.
with fire insurance codes and such. And presently I've turned my two-car garage into a wood shop, so there's no parking inside. And so it helps with the noise and slows the fire down. I have a pellet stove in there too.
All right. I think that's it. Actually, thank you for pointing that out. That I had not thought about
I would.
being able to put a door to separate. That's actually an excellent idea.
I would wall it in.
Yeah.
But it makes it harder to bring furniture. I mean, store stuff.
Yeah.
They are honestly, you can't really tell. There are a substantially wide set of stairs with easy access. So hopefully they'll be good enough.
2 railings.
2 railings. 2 railings it is.
One up, one down.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Do we have a time frame for this?
The initial, in fact, my tomorrow morning I'm making the call to go ahead with the actual plans. If it's accepted, I make the call tomorrow for the actual plans to be drawn up for all the minutia. Color, because I told him he had to wait for certain things for the siding, for the color, for window, everything was pending until tomorrow morning. But within the next, in being in the middle of July now, we're looking probably into September, probably for pouring the foundation. And once that we get the foundation on, it's only a very short time that they come in and actually produce and build the garage.
Barbara, do you have any questions or comments?
No, I don't. No questions. It certainly will make the whole house a lot more livable.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
Especially, this is the first home that I've ever owned without a garage.
Yeah.
And we bought it because my father had always said, you buy a lesser house in the best neighborhood. And we absolutely found a wonderful neighborhood to reside in. We love the schools. We love everything about it. And we're trying to invest as much as we can as we have. In fact, I mean, from the original purchase, that from replacing the electrical, the heating system, the floor, the roof, the insulation ups, the crawl space we had sprayed foam. It essentially occupies the exact same amount of space, but it's a whole new house.
Yeah.
Nice. Was there ever any farming in that area?
Not that I'm aware of. After even in the initial write-up, speaking about the property, that this small portion was broken up from one of my neighbors to the rear of our residence, that he had been the original and had broken up all these smaller sections and sold it off. I don't think any lot could have anything more than a hobby garden in the area.
Yeah. I was going to say, if they were larger lots and back then there might have been some small farms, this would bring back the nostalgic kind of barn in the back.
We have a small garden ourselves of raised beds, but essentially it's eggplant and peppers right now. So
Get your chicken and call it a farm.
My daughter would love that.
Yeah, it'd be nice. But even so, I think it blends well.
Thank you. I hope it does. We're investing a lot in this to just add to the house to make it even more livable and useful and enjoy it even more.
I recommend a cupola with a nice
cupola. Oh, you think really?
weather vane, because it gets hot up there.
All right. We'll debate it. We will. That's an option.
And that can age it.
I understand there may be one from the high school that's available soon.
No.
And we can keep it.
It's huge.
I think it might be oversized.
Reuse it.
It's not going anywhere. I'm going to chain myself to it. You wait. Be on the news.
I don't, I think one of the things that I believe we're trying to do is to make these homes livable and sustainable
Absolutely.
for future generations. So having a garage and with an attachment is, certainly one way to do that.
I agree, and you're less likely to over manipulate the original structure if you have this additional building,
Mhm,
then there's less need to drastically alter the original building.
Especially in my wife's opinion, in order to clear things out and decorate it the way that she wants to. So we can put all those other things that have just been put in places that she would consider inappropriate into places that were far more appropriate.
Careful, you're going to need more storage.
And more money.
Is that slab going to be heated?
Oh, that is not an option right now, but
I'd recommend it.
I would love
Which I
to, but
have.
with the front portion is going to be a smaller section, which later we intend to have concrete or pave, which I think that portion that may be able to be heated in a much smaller area. We already upgraded to an on-demand system and upgraded to gas, and so that's an absolute option.
Yeah. But again, I'm also thinking selfishly at me in my workshop, and you are going to actually use it for your car. So,
It's large enough to hopefully be able to house another a workshop in order to do all those things that I've wanted to do. It's been awkward working off of the deck or working out of a much smaller area in order to do anything from trim work to any type of drywall. It's been difficult and we've managed, but I'd like something that would make it a much more viable thing to do.
you're welcome to come visit my house.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. 30 Merriman Street.
30
off of
Merriman.
Lovely Street.
Oh, okay.
It's the second
Right.
street on the right at the top of the hill. It's a dead end.
Mhm.
And I'm the third house on the right.
I know
And
the
you
area.
see a red garage barn
Actually, yeah, I've seen that property. I love that. I love that garage
with a cupola
with a cupola.
and a
Oh.
cod. A cupola and a cod weather vane.
With a cod.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Although call first, 860 637
637
3533.
3533.
Steve Meyer.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve.
No extra charge. Do we have a picture of the garage doors? Because
I had given it's a very basic rendering of the garage doors, which will be of the same color matched to our current door, and window style. I will, but it actually has a wood grain to it. It's an insulated door, and it also has it's metal with a wood grain to it. So once it's painted, it'll look much more appropriate.
is it an overhead door?
Yes.
Because there are some that open other ways.
I'm only familiar with this, so.
We need the dimensions
Of the door,
of the garage itself.
20 feet at the front and 30 feet to the back.
Nice. I like the windows in the door.
I like it as well. I have never personally had a garage door with that style window nor windows in it. It's always been just a flat face. So I'm looking forward to that, especially in the area, to allowing light into the garage.
I'm wondering if 6/6 is okay as well, or is really trying to match the 6/1 necessary.
Yeah, honestly, it is the preference of
Do
whatever.
you remember what the original ones were? Sorry.
I am actually not. I am not familiar with what the originals had been.
No old photographs.
Yeah, I have looked and looked beyond looked, even for larger pictures of any parade route that's gone by the area or anything I tried to find. I could locate nothing. And I by occupation, I'm a researcher, and I could find nothing.
And there's no, I know for a fact there's no Farmington Library historic survey of the house that wasn't included as part of that 1985 historic survey. So I did look to see if it was anything was mentioned there. It wasn't, unfortunately. Just one more thing for the commission to consider. The existing house has shutters on the windows. I don't know if you want to ask for shutters on these windows. There's only shutters on the front of the house. There's not on the side windows, even though they're visible from the street.
Right.
There's 2 proposed windows on the side.
Right.
I think the fence is right about here. So one will be in front of the fence, one will be behind the fence. So whatever, if the commission wants to. Right. So it's whatever the commission wants to require.
Right. Speaking to Garrett, I said, if that's what you consider appropriate, is having those other faux up there, I'll agree to that.
Are the ones on the house wood ones or vinyl?
Oh, they're metal,
Metal.
painted metal shutter.
Nice. I mean, shutters automatically, I believe, make a building look more vintage.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
And it's not a huge cost, especially,
Right.
you know, if they can be vinyl or metal and that would be enough. I mean, it's just like the weather vane. It's not necessary, maybe not necessary, or actually the weather vane is really not necessary, but the shutters could
Right.
be an easy, important accent to blend in.
We actually really like the look of the front of the house, and if we could continue that, they're not a complicated form or a shutter. I guarantee I can find something that is almost identical in order to match it to the garage as well as color with the black accent. I think it will look really nice.
Nice.
Any more questions or comments? And then we'll make a,
There are no members from the public present.
yeah. Except Darren.
Yes.
That's correct.
This is going to proposal for an attached 20 by 30 tandem garage on 10 Walnut Street in Unionville. And we would need to have that motion approved also.
A motion and the conditions, just so everything's laid
Right.
out clearly.
Okay.
So whoever wants to make the motion, I can summarize what we discussed as well.
And would that be with the shutters or without the shutters?
It's whoever makes the motion.
Okay, well, I would move that we have that there be a 20 by 30 foot tandem garage. Is it tandem or it's a two-car garage. It's wide
Correct.
enough for 2 cars, right?
It's a 2-car garage with a single door with
Right.
enough room.
2-car garage with a
Yes, sir.
single door.
No, it's not really tandem.
No, it's not tandem. So
Car garage.
the addition of a 2-car garage, 20 by 30 with a single door that is attached to the house.
Yeah.
I think shutters, I don't think they're necessary, but would be a nice addition.
So Barbara, do you mind if I just,
Say it again.
no. Do you mind if I just fill it in for you and you let me know? if
Sure.
that's what
Oh,
you-
yeah. You
Okay.
can put it into English. Absolutely.
The commission does not object to including shutters if desired. The commission is okay with wood or vinyl siding, requiring 6/1 vinyl windows to match existing. And I think that was it, because everything else, Darren had identified the wood look of the metal garage door.
Yes.
And the metal shutters that are existing on the house, if you're not requiring, but you're allowing them to have, so he doesn't have to come back if he wants to add them.
How about the location of the breezeway?
Oh, thank you, Steve. Front, anyone object to it being in the front of the house? It'll still be 20 feet from the front property line, so it'll be about 25, 30 feet from the road.
Right, and I think that may have to do with construction concerns, right?
Right, so
yeah.
yeah, so you could say that you're approving either a breezeway on the front or a connection to the house on the rear.
Right.
And that way, you know, it leaves it up to whatever a lot ends up being possible.
And I feel it's fine.
Before you say it's fine, we need to reinstate what we're just motion
All right.
for.
So Barbara Marsh made a motion to approve a 2-car 20 by 30 attached garage with a single garage door, attached either along the front of the house as shown with the application, or along the rear of the house as shown with the application. Windows will be 6/1, vinyl windows to match the existing. Siding can either be wood siding or vinyl siding, and the commission does not object to or require metal shutters to match existing.
But the breezeway
Okay.
is going to enter in the living room near the rear of the house, not the front of the house, and kind of in front of the garage.
So I'm meaning, so you see where this window is right here, Steve?
Yeah,
Maybe I can.
that's going to become a door.
Yeah, that would be where the doorway is.
Okay, so the front of the garage.
Yeah,
Sorry.
front is in kind of where that fence is.
Okay.
I'm saying front is in connected, so it's visual from the street, as opposed to back being running along the back of the garage, connecting directly to the back of the house.
Frontage.
The other option. Does that make sense? Because you're
Frontage.
covering what's visible from the street.
Walnut. Got it. Thank you.
Are there any other questions before we vote? All right. Do I hear any nays? Which is good. Do I hear any yeas for accepting,
Okay,
favor of it? Okay. Ann, I don't see you. I'm sorry.
Her hands up.
Yeah,
Aye.
my hands up.
Okay.
Take it from my hands up.
You
Okay.
gotta do the wave, Ann. You gotta do the queen
Yeah.
The royal wave.
royal wave.
Or like Legos, they're little like that. The Lego people. So with that, we accept this motion, and you are free to start.
Outstanding. It
People.
was a pleasure.
And we were very happy that we could get this to you.
Thank you very much. It was good to visualize it as well.
Thank you.
It'll be worth every penny.
enjoy it.
I hope so. It's a lot of pennies.
There's gonna be a lot of them. Sorry. The bad timing with the supply costs.
The lumber loan.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my agenda here. Walking brochures is number 4 on our itineraries.
Thank you,
and
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye now. Walking tour of Lovely Street.
Yeah, we have sent, Steve and I have sent all the materials to Matt. He's unfortunately on vacation.
He's hiking and camping.
Well, then he won't be working on this while he's camping.
Well,
I'm
that's
sure. Yeah. So we'll see. And we only sent him the materials for the 5 homes that are in the district. Plus, Matt's going to be filling in information about the Masonic home, and we also include the fire hose company. So we'll see how much that really is. Most of what I think of the real interesting stories about the people on Lovely Street are not included in those, unfortunately. But perhaps, I know Steve would like to do a more extensive tour that we could post online for people to print out, so we won't be paying for that kind of printing with more of the information about the street. So
is this just to go through a walk, how would you propose to have this done? Would you walk up the left side and come down the right
that's
side?
right.
Yeah, it's
Well,
pretty
there's-
dangerous just across the street up
Yeah.
there.
Well,
getting
we know
bad.
Yeah.
Getting bad.
after what happened to Bob Sweats.
Yeah, and my neighbor Larry Spires, who walks his poodles every day, he's gotten almost into fights with people. It's really getting ugly.
It's a 40-mile-an-hour street, which means it's
More.
really 50-mile-an-hour.
Or more, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And 3 blind spots within that historic walk. A hill and a curve, a hill and a dip, right in a row. 3 bad blind spots.
Yeah.
2 crosswalks.
I was gonna say, I would recommend that you stay on one side of the street until you get to the crosswalk.
Right.
I know sometimes it's better to see houses from the other side of the street. You can see them depending on how close they are, but it would be safer to just stay on the sidewalks. I think you'd have to start on the west side of Lovely Street until you get to the second crosswalk. Then I think there's sidewalks on the other side at that point.
So,
Yes.
so when you do your walking tour, you have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like for people to park downtown and then meet at the firehouse.
There's no room up on top.
Right.
You're right. I mean, you could do like a well, never mind. At the end of our street, but yeah,
Oh,
meet them at the firehouse or the Masonic building, and
Yeah, and I've never
that's
heard
where the
back
sidewalk is,
from-
starting on the left, then going to the right. Sorry, Barbara.
or
I've never heard back from the fire hose company, or from, that's Fire Hose House, but from Tunxus,
Oh,
Oh,
Hmm.
which kind of surprises me. I
I got
know
a
they do
fireman in
lot
the
of their
neighborhood.
own-
I have a fireman in the neighborhood I could pester.
Well, I mean, it would be a perfect time to also, I mean, should we eventually get this all together, it would be a great time to talk about the building. And I know that they have a lot of things published online about it, a whole history.
they gave a tour at one time.
Yeah, we should get a tour going. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would be.
That would be amazing.
So, but I can't force them to want to join with us.
I'll talk to my neighbor. I
Talk to your
totally
neighbor.
forgot about that. Yeah.
Talk to your name. I didn't go to the pancake thing. I'm sorry, I slept through it.
Yo, that was good.
You got to do that.
Yeah.
Garrett, are you still there? I can't see you.
yes, I'm here.
Okay, the money for printing last time was $800 for, I don't remember how many books we got.
I think it was 250 books,
250.
and they were the big book, like not big, but the booklets had they had all the walking tours in them. I think it was 4 or 6 walking tours were all in one booklet, so it was
Right.
a lot of pages.
Right.
I mean, if it's only a few houses, like Barbara said, I think, what did you say, 5 that were in the
Five, yeah.
district on Lovely
Plus
Street?
the cover with information.
Yeah, I mean, if it's gonna be
Church.
that, I mean, we could probably just, if we just want to print off, 20 or 30 at town hall, and then we just gotta fold them, and someone's got to have a stapler. Maybe the Board of Ed has a binding stapler that staples in the middle of the page. I'm sure we can find one, and just make them ourselves. That might be cheaper than having to.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
They did a great job. The
Yes. Yeah. I think they're from.
Yeah, they charge a whole bunch for it.
Yeah, but I think we ordered. I was going through the information after the last meeting. I think it was like 250, and I still have 40 in my office, I think. So we got a lot, and it's just expanding on that book essentially. So
It'd be good. Another question I had, I can't remember what it is right now. That's what happens when you get old.
We talked about maybe adding 4 or 5 other notable buildings that aren't officially in the district. I mean, is 10 or 11 too much?
no, and I think with the existing walking tour booklets had 2 on each page, so it was 1, 2, 1. So you open it up and there's 4 houses in that one page.
Right.
So it was a smaller picture information. I mean, the point is that you take it and that picture is more of this is what it looks like. So when you're looking at the row of 3 houses, oh, that's the one I'm looking for.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I mean, the presentation is great and we can post that on the website, but if you're looking for something that's smaller so that you can just walk with it and read a little bit, that's probably the best layout is picture text, picture text, picture text, picture text. And you get a 4 on one page essentially.
I remember after our last tour that we gave, some of the booklets are given out to anybody that was at the end of the tour of open houses. And I would see people with the books in different parts of our other segments of it, different parts of our walking tours. Like one did the suburban park and they had the book right there. And so they worked with the books that we did hand out. They did follow through on trying to get as many of those tours that we had submitted in the book. So I wouldn't be surprised if that would encourage more people to walk around town.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see what Matt comes up with because I think that we were a little bit more verbose than
Previously?
in the typical tour, but we'll have to see. I know that Steve gave quite a lot of detail. I tried to cut some of it down, but it was all really fascinating stuff if you're interested in in the homes and how they're built.
That could be maybe in an online version, just give me my
Right.
soapbox. I'll just stay on it all day.
Right. Okay.
Well, I think so, Barbara.
And then- on
section-
a couple of the houses, I may have added an additional picture. I think
It'd be nice to have an old picture and then a current picture.
Well, we don't have one for all of them. We only,
No.
we don't have that. But for example, 71 Lovely Street, I found a picture with the detail of what is around the cross. So you can see it a little bit clearer.
Yeah. Sherry
than
Horton's
you can in
Victoria.
the picture. Yeah.
That's right.
So something,
Neat.
but we'll have to see.
Maybe there can be an online version, right? I don't know.
There could be, and I think
I think that would be great.
you could also, once we post it, if it's posted to the town website beforehand, before we start printing, we can make a QR code and stick that on the pamphlet too. And you can just say, scan this for more information. I'll just bring
right.
it to the town website.
Right. right.
That's beautiful. That's a great idea.
Yeah, that is a good idea. Yes, yeah. But I
But
know,
Barbara, on the walking tour, you're gonna have to be standing really close, and after I start talking, you got to be able to. Yeah.
Well, initially we did say
Next.
something about doing something in the fall, and if
yeah, I don't know if we're gonna
if we
get
can get
everything
Lisa to
ready.
do
And
it,
I am so sorry. I really, you know, my first round of chemo, after I was at the last meeting and I couldn't wait to the end, I was in St. Francis for 5 days while they did everything they could to kill me. Unfortunately, I was allergic to one of the medications that I was taking, and it really did a number on me. But now, as you can see, I'm obviously much better.
well, you got your humor back.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm trying. Yeah. So,
Good to see you doing well.
oh, thank you. It was
Definitely.
just, I hate to, you know, I'm not a whiner. I don't, you know, kind of like, so what, you had the flu, get up and go on. But, you know, when you're really hit and down, there isn't very much you can do. So, but the fog is pretty much gone, thank God. So, all right. So we'll have to, you know, see what Steve comes up with and then make another decision, maybe move it to the spring, see what, I don't know. If we could still,
I thought originally that the walking tour is supposed to take place of your usual fall educational event.
Right.
So if you change your minds and you're just going to say, we're not going to go walking tour this year and just want to do an educational event or something like that, you can just switch that out too if you still want to do something this year, and then, you know, do the walking tour again in the spring or something like that.
well, how late in the fall can we do it? I'm just thinking to get everything out and get publicity and everything.
If you're doing a walking tour, I would say October, you probably could.
Yeah,
All the way. I
that
mean,
would work.
I don't
Kids would
remember the date we did the last walking tour with.
I thought it was the spring, but I can check.
Cottage Street, I think was, trying to remember. It was October or November even. Wait, is Ann still on?
Yeah,
You would know because Cottage Grove, the Cottage Street tour was also the museum tour and the trolley. Do you remember what month that was?
I think that you're right. I think that it was October.
October. I know it was freezing.
I could find out for you if you want, but
Yeah.
Well, we used to do it was the end of September. Matt would remember the festival, the Unionville Festival.
Oh yeah, and I don't know. We're not doing that anymore. I
No,
guess.
that's not going to happen anymore. Ed, will you remember?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember now.
The Unionville
Not
Festival,
sure.
That was in September.
September.
Yeah. I know because I was always writing a check for the Democrats. So
We can't go there.
pity. That was
Okay.
great. I mean, that was really a great day.
Yeah, some of them are really good. And we got a lot of people interested in knowing more about the historic district from that point.
Nice. Well, it'd be nice to do both. It'd be nice to do one in the fall, one in the spring. I'd volunteer, you know. I just need somebody to tell me to move on.
Ah, is
You're
there
gonna
another
timer?
street? What?
Yeah.
Should we start on another street?
So should we vote for which houses to add the other 5 or so? There's
So here, let me pull up historic district. Are you including the Princess Hose in that in that 5, Steve? Or
Oh, no, I wasn't. Hold on.
okay. So we've got is it Lovely? Is 8? Yeah, it's 8 Lovely.
There's
The
6.
firehouse.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's 7 in the district, I think.
There's 71 Lovely.
Yeah.
There 99 and 111
Yes.
and 132,
5 or 6.
169, and that's it. So that's 6.
Did which one am I missing then? One, I mean, I have the write-up. I could just send it to him.
Oh, which one is missing from the?
Yeah,
Well, 169 we added.
169.
Yeah, that's the Parsons house. It's the Colonial Revival.
Right,
Last
right,
one on the
right.
left.
Yeah, that's in the
One-
district.
I think
Yeah.
111. Give me all
Are you-
those numbers again, because
Hang on 1 second. I'm just checking something.
71.
71.
Yeah. So 8,
99.
71, 99, 111, 132, 169. The Masonic building is not in the district, so maybe
Yeah,
that's one of
no,
those.
that's 5. Right,
Okay.
that's 5, right.
So,
That's 6.
so which ones did you give Matt?
I
All of-
gave them all of these,
All
plus
of them.
Tunxus house information about that,
Yep, that's
and-
6.
and the Masonic building.
So
Even
that's
though
7.
that's not in the district, it's the entryway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's 7.
So that's right. That's 7.
You want me to just run through the options and you guys can let me know if you want to keep them or not, or put them in the tour or not?
I think this one should be. But from what the rumors I've heard, he may not be very agreeable. I know some of his neighbors. He's a
Well,
landscaper.
We're not going in the house. We're
But you never know.
just walking by.
Oh, true. And we're not trying to designate them. You're right.
Right,
They're
right,
just
right.
notable houses in the district. Okay.
And,
Yeah, I would vote for 40.
yeah, we're not.
79. Oh wait, this one, 55 also.
Well, they're all,
There's too many good ones.
they're, yeah.
There's too
I
many.
mean,
There's
And
just
you've
too many.
got 79 Lovely Street,
Yeah,
the William Hitchcock House.
Yeah.
I know when we did ours for the watershed area, the Roaring Brook watershed area, that we picked houses that had some significance to the future of Unionville or the
Well,
historic.
right,
the
right.
historic part.
So
What contributed the most?
I'm trying to, do I have it all?
so the
together?
social history and the architectural significance or.
Right,
Yeah.
Right,
uniqueness of that.
Right. Well, there's a lot of Queen Anne's on the street. So there's also several Queen Anne's to choose from that are Sanford and Hawley, which is pretty significant. 188, 176, 164. But 112 is pretty unique architecturally. And
trying to think of,
it's at the corner of my street.
Which one was that, Steve, again?
Oh, 112.
There we go.
That one.
Yeah, there it is.
That one's kind of unique. Not necessarily
Uh,
a local. Oh yeah,
but-
Ups and Nut Company. Ups and Nut.
there's me, but-
So that might be a good one. And then one of the Sanford Hawleys, the Queen Anne's, 164, 176, 188. The last 3 on the right before Avon. Maybe not that one.
Tandem, Sharkum.
170, that one, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Or 188, the last one on the right is also a good choice. There's just too many to choose from. But
Well, I would also keep in mind the length of the walking tour.
yeah,
Right,
How long you want to do, 'cause-
exactly.
So
Yeah,
from Tunxus Hose to the Avon line is about half a mile.
uphill.
Yeah, uphill.
And you notice it when you ride your bike.
are you just talking about architectural significance or also
Kind of have to weigh
significance
both.
to, people and the manufacturing history of town?
Yeah.
Because you've got a lot of that there too.
I think that probably is almost more interest than the architectural, the local history, maybe.
It's we have 110 Lovely Street, George Dunham House.
Our job is to maintain the historic architectural design.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, they're both interesting. So whichever.
All right. I'm sorry, one more time, what's the total number of houses we can present in a brochure?
We can present
well,
as many as you want.
Yeah.
How long the tour will be and what the price would be.
Yeah, there's no real limit. It's just if it's smaller, it's easier for us to handle.
What was the one done before? 10? Main Street?
No, it was 4 or 5 walking tours all in one book. I will.
Right,
I
Right,
think
I
I
have
have.
that. I have
We
that.
did
The
one up
green, with the
Farmington
green
Avenue.
cover.
No, it was a white cover. It's about the size of a phone, maybe a little taller.
It's about the size of a phone, yeah.
Yeah, I will find the file on my computer at the office, and I will send it to everyone just so they can see. I thought I had sent it out. Maybe I'm misremembering. But that was multiple walking tours all in one book with color maps and photos, and then the write-ups, and that was all found.
We should all have one.
Yeah, I think it was maybe it's a quarter size page is that I'm thinking of. So when you open it, it's about the size of it.
Yeah.
It's 4 inches maybe wide. So that was that. That's what we paid. We bought 250 of those, and I think, as Bob said, that was like $800 or something like that. If it's just for Lovely Street, we're just looking to do a small walking tour. Not the whole district, just this one street. It's probably something that we can handle ourselves. As I said, if you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, that means you can fit 4 per page, really, of the booklet. So just think of it as multiples of 4. So you've got the cover, you've got 4, 8, 6, 12, 16, and then the back cover. So yeah, as long as it's a multiple of 4 is probably the easiest way to choose.
Oh, that's good.
That might have shot myself in the foot with Steve.
No.
If you want to see the book, just come in town hall and you can get the.
Yeah, I've got copies if anyone wants one.
Okay.
I won't be in the office next week, but if you want one, if you want to come down
Gonna
and
be able
after.
to. Sandy
Yeah.
can get them out.
Yeah, they're all in my office. That's all. But I will find the file tomorrow before I go, and I'll see if I can send it out just so everyone can see how it was laid out.
Nice.
But that your limit is a multiple of 4 is what it is, and how much time you want to spend making them.
Yeah, once you get to see what they've done in the past, then you can.
Yeah, they won't be glossy, but they'll be easy to use.
So
Right.
typically it's two pages folded in half, stapled together.
I think even that would be bigger than what we had before. I see if I can scrap.
So it becomes 8. So it becomes 8. 1, 2, 3. No, it
I think it
becomes
was.
4 leaves, maybe.
Maybe I'm thinking of it.
Yeah. Well, that's plenty.
Or maybe it was a sheet folded vertically and then it was cut off at the bottom. If you think of it like this, you've got the cover, got the inside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just the back cover is just usually.
Oh, so no stapling required.
If it's only 4 houses, no stapling. I mean,
Okay.
you could do. if you wanted to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 houses, you could do a nice little trifold pamphlet where you'd have a cover and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or I guess that's 10.
I have,
Oh,
this
that is it, Barbara. That is
That's
it.
it. Right.
right, yeah,
All
and
right.
Like I said, if you don't have one, pick one up at town hall.
Okay.
So if you want to do like an easy 10, that would just be 1 sheet of paper, and you could even have a cover and then start with Tungus hose and the Sonic Temple. That gives you 1 more, and then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 6 more, or 4 more over here, I guess. So 8 or 9 is your option. Does that make sense?
It's good to be
always-
budget conscious, right? And
Yeah, well, it's how much work it's going to take is what it is. I know you and Burr have done a lot of work with doing all the research, just making a book with it. Like I said, the one that Barbara has in her hand, that covers the whole district. And you're just looking to highlight Lovely Street, the homes on Lovely Street.
right.
Also, if you're going to give a walk, you don't want to stop at every single house.
no,
You'll lose the people by then.
right, right,
Or
exactly.
even make it over that first hill. Yeah.
Right. Could we move on to the next item, please? And that is other business and the guideline updates.
Yes, so just real quick, so I just made 1 minor correction that as long as no one objects to it, then we'll move forward. I just updated the table of contents, so it just adds some more information than it used to. It was not, this is what it looks like now. This is what it looks like with the new guidelines.
Mhm.
Oh, it's neater.
Yeah, it's neater. So this was really just, so in Word, you can make a table of contents. So if I were to change the title, I can update it, so it automatically updates.
So it really didn't change. It just doesn't,
No, it's
any of the
it's just-
guidelines that we've already approved.
correct. And actually with this one, now let's see, you've got outbuildings. You click on outbuildings, and it'll bring you right there.
Okay.
As long as no one objects to that. I might play with the formatting a little bit, but as long as no one objects to that, I'll just make those changes and then publish the updated guidelines.
I don't think
I
we
just
need,
wanted to run it by no, you don't need to vote. If anyone objects, then we can talk about it more, but as long as no one objects, I'll just reformat it and clean it up a little bit, just so it's a little more user friendly, and that's all it is. After our updates at the last meeting, that's all.
thanks, Garrett.
Looks good.
Do we have any other new business?
No, I don't think so.
Alrighty.
I haven't talked to anyone about any potential COAs for the next meeting. So,
My
Glenn?
question is when were we coming back in town hall?
I don't know. I know at least for the rest of the summer, we're doing virtual. All of the regular land use boards I don't think there's any real town meetings in August. We have a meeting scheduled for the first week of August that I think the commission probably wants, so that we can talk about the Lovely Street. If you don't, you can just let me know right now, and we'll cancel the August meeting, and we'll meet again in September.
I think we can leave that up to Lisa.
Yeah, so she did mention, so maybe she will be back for September. So I'll reach out to her in a couple weeks and see if she wants to meet in August or September, or take the month of August off and start again in September. Like I said, most of the boards and commissions don't meet in August. Usually you meet just because it's the first week. It's not a big disturbance. No one's usually on vacation that week anyway. So we'll see how that goes after the summer. We'll see how the fall goes. I know a lot of boards and commissions like having it online because everyone can just show up. They don't have to drive to town hall. I get to go home. I like that. So I don't object to that, but it's a commission's decision ultimately.
Yeah, it makes for a long day for you.
Yeah. So that being that, I'll talk to Lisa about the August meeting if she wants to hold one or not.
Okay. The new topics we talked about for education, anybody thought of any? Getting more guest speakers or anything? So nobody has any ideas on the educational part of our program. With that, I would like to hear a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion. Okay, I move that we adjourn. And I will give some thought to educational things,
Thank you.
but you know.
I second.
Thank you. We'll see you guys next month.
But we need
Okay,
to vote, Bob. We need to vote.
all right, very
Okay.
good. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Everyone have a great month.
Thank you. Have a good one, everyone.
Thanks.